Have you ever walked in a supplement store, or when you watch different influencers online with different types of supplements and you get just overwhelmed of the quantity that you have to take every day? For you to know, most of them are just going to be a waste of your money. So today I want to bring to your attention only 6 supplements that come from my own experience with my clients, that are study based. They're good for hormonal balance, for stress, for energy. So stick with me till the end, because the last one is going to be a game changer for your gut health and for women's health. So the first one that I want to talk about, and I think this one is going to be the most important, that every girl, every woman has to have in their house, is going to be magnesium. And why magnesium is that important nowadays? Because we are constantly stressed. We are stressing so much at work, and we don't have that much time to relax. We don't have that much time to be on our own. We don't have time to go into the forest, in the nature, to relax. So when we are stressed, our body consumes a lot of magnesium. And secondly, we are eating a lot of sugar. There is sugar almost everywhere in the food, added for taste. So we are going to consume a lot of sugar, and even if you are stressed, you're usually consuming a lot of chocolates, a lot of biscuits. That also lowers your magnesium in the body. But magnesium helps us very much with the stress, and it helps us to relax. It helps our muscles, and especially it also helps during the period cramps. So I would advise to take magnesium also when you are on your period. But what is really important to say here is that most of the magnesium that is sold on the market is going to be magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is the cheapest form of the magnesium, and when you just buy randomly magnesium from a pharmacy and it's going to be magnesium oxide, and you don't pay attention to the form of the magnesium, you're not gonna see any results, and then you're gonna just blame the magnesium that you don't see any results, and there's no point to take magnesium. And the next form is going to be magnesium citrate. Magnesium citrate is going to be another form of magnesium, but it helps with constipation, and I wouldn't advise you to take it regularly if you have constipation. But again, you're not gonna see any results on the muscle tension and on relaxation. The form of a magnesium that you need is going to be magnesium bisglycinate. This is the best form for you to take in case that you need for your sleep. You can take it just a couple of hours before the sleep, and it's going to improve your deep sleep and so on and so forth. So this is the first supplement that I wanted to bring to your attention. The next one is going to be vitamin D3. And why I think that it's a really important vitamin, because most of my clients, I can say every client that I had, my family and me, when we do blood tests for vitamin D3, I have never seen a person with a good level of vitamin D3 in the blood without taking supplement of vitamin D3. If you are deficient in this vitamin, that means that most probably you're gonna have a very low immunity. You're gonna catch colds very frequently. You're gonna have a low mood. It also affects your bone health, and especially for women, that's really important, because at a certain age we have problems with our bones. But what is it important here? You don't take vitamin D3 just by going to the pharmacy and taking it, because the quantity that you're gonna take of vitamin D3 depends on the results of your blood test. So first of all, I would advise you to go and do a blood test. Right now, NHS, you can go to a GP and do your blood test and see what results you're gonna have, because first of all, it depends on the test results, and secondly, also some of the people will take 1000 units of vitamin D3, and then the vitamin D3 in the blood will increase really easily. But for some of the people, because of their genetics, the vitamin D3 will increase very slowly. So you have to be very careful with it and do the tests that you need to do. One of my advice one of the supplements that I have really good results with my clients is going to be the vitamin D3 from Torn, and I'm going to post the name of a supplement here. I really want right now to come with the examples to you, because I know that not all of the supplements on the market are of good quality, and I want to share with you from my experience which supplements usually have really good results on myself, on my clients, on my family, and so on and so forth. The third one is going to be omega-3, and again, why do I decided to include into my list? Because omega-3 is an anti-inflammatory vitamin. We have omega-3, we have omega-6 and omega-9. We mostly consume omega-6. Omega-6 is the one which creates inflammation. Inflammation sometimes is important in our body, but it's really important to have a really good balance between omega-3 and omega-6. And because we consume a lot of omega-6, which is in fast food, which is in seed oils, which is in almost everything that we buy from supermarkets, that's just general, but basically it is in a lot of stuff that we buy from supermarkets, and we don't eat enough omega-3. And in this case, the body mostly is going to be in inflammation stage, kind of. Omega-3 is really important for our skin, it's important for our hormones, it's really important for our hair. So it is important to have a really good balance between these two omegas. You can eat nuts, you can eat also fish, but I think we are not eating enough of it. So sometimes a supplement of omega-3 is really important, but again, it's really, you have to be very careful when you buy it from the store, because I wouldn't advise you to take only like fish oil and that's it. You have to be careful and pick the right one, and especially pay attention to the quantity of EPA and DHA. EPA and DHA is the last form of the omega-3. That means that all the vitamins and supplements that we take sometimes are getting transformed in the active form, and EPA DHA is the active form of omega-3, and you have to buy the supplement that has really good quantity of these two especially. I think I'll be able to put an image right here of the omega-3 that I think that it's really good for our health and who has a really good balance between EPA and DHA. So I hope that you're gonna see really good results, and I think that everyone has to take it, especially if you lack it in your diet, because all the supplements that you take has, however, I'm doing a list that it's important for every woman, but you have to be careful of what you eat. If you eat enough fish, then I don't think that you need omega-3, but in the most of the cases we lack it. We don't eat enough, so that's why I decided to add it in here. One, I want to talk about a mineral that is important for every woman. Every month we are losing basically blood. That means that we are losing iron, and we have a lot of women that suffer from anemia, and especially if you are vegetarian, most of the vegetarians that I met, they will have anemia. And I think that I want to talk about here not about the supplement of iron, because taking constantly iron supplements, I don't think it's a good idea. Of course, if you've done your blood test and your body is feeling very weak at the moment, it has really bad levels of iron at the moment, you have to take the supplement. And for example, if you are genetically the person that is not able to assimilate it properly from the food, that means that you have to take it. But this is very low cases. In the most of the cases, I think that it's better to pay attention to what you eat every month and eat food that is full of iron. I'll put examples for the vegetarians, and I'll put examples for also people who eat meat. what foods you have to make sure that you eat every month so you are not low in iron. And why is it important to have a good iron level? Is that iron means oxygen. If your body doesn't have enough transportation of that oxygen, you're gonna lose your hair, you're gonna have a brain fog, which is very common for women nowadays. So again, it's important to do a blood test just to check your health every year. But if you don't have a possibility to do the blood test right now, you can just introduce and make sure that you're eating high iron food every month. We are moving to the next one, and what I want to say is that in the most of the cases, women will have anemia, and women will also have problem with their thyroid, because again of the deficiencies that we have, because of the stress level that we have, because of the toxins, pollution, and so on and so forth. Women suffer a lot with the problems with their thyroid. So that's why I want to bring to your attention two important elements for our thyroid. And first is going to be iodine. We are not again eating enough food that have iodine. I'll again put a list of, not this side, the other side, I'll put here a list of foods that are very dense in iodine. But we don't have to forget about selenium as well. There are two of them really important for our thyroid. What will happen if you Okay, let's finish about selenium first. So selenium, you can find it in Brazil nuts. This is what usually I have in my kitchen all the time. I eat 2 of Brazil nuts every day, and it's totally enough. I don't think that you need to buy it as a supplement. If you want to buy it as a supplement, it's totally up to you, but I prefer to eat it from like natural food. So in case that you have problems with your thyroid, again, you have to do a blood test. But for you, in order to support this organ every day, it's important to give the essential minerals that it needs to create all the hormones that are really necessary for our body. In case that you have problem with thyroid, that can lead to again hair fall, to low mood, to low energy, and unfortunately this is very common for women nowadays. And now I want to talk about the last one, which is really important for your gut, which is really important for your women's health, and that's going to be fiber. And I want to tell you why is it important. Most of the people, because of a marketing online, are going to buy a lot of probiotics, but I think that more important, yes, probiotics sometimes are really necessary, especially when you're taking antibiotics and so on and so forth. But in the most of the cases, you don't need probiotics every day. The most important for your gut health is going to be fiber. And why fiber is important for women's health especially? So our body creates this hormone estrogen, and the estrogen metabolites have to leave our body. So we have to go to the bathroom every single day. If we are not going to the bathroom every single day, that things are going to be reabsorbed by our body and can create different type of hormonal issues. And because we are not going to the bathroom every day, we're not drinking enough water, especially we're not eating enough fiber, so that means that our body is going to suffer in the long term. So make sure that you're eating 25-30 grams of fiber every day. Sometimes I'll be honest with you, I have days, they're not very frequent, but I have days when I don't manage to eat enough fiber. And in this case, I have fiber in my kitchen, so I just put it in the water and I take fiber. The same with the protein. I think that protein is really important for your health, but sometimes I don't manage to eat enough protein during the day, and I will just have a scoop or 2 of the protein. So we have to find the balance in our life. But you remember that supplements are called supplements because they have to be a supplementation to your healthy diet. You don't have to take supplements and just don't pay attention to what you eat every single day, because what you eat on daily basis is the most important thing. Do blood tests. Don't just randomly take things because you've heard somebody saying it, and take care of your health, because the health is the most important thing that we have. If you like the video, please just like, subscribe, leave a comment of what supplements do you take at the moment. That would be really interesting for me to read, and see you in the next one.